Huskies. One thing I'd like to see for the UConn team is the play of Chuck Alexanis returning to his form that he had in the first game of the season. For Chuck, it seems to be perhaps a motivation problem. Sometimes he is definitely motivated and can sometimes tear up the field, and other times he just runs his offense back and forth again across the key and doesn't really seem to be into the game. I'm surprised to see Perno using Sullivan so much and not using the freshman. I've watched a few practices, and it seems people like Buckaloo have been hitting from outside of 20 feet every single time. Most teams use a zone against UConn, and it seems like he would be the zone breaker, and yet Perno has not used them all that much.
Well, two freshmen he has used so far is Mr. Larry Blucher and Mr. Mike Vaughn, and they've done a fine job so far, especially last game versus New Hampshire. Blucher came off the bench, added a little spark to the team, and Vaughn came up with his first points as a Connecticut Husky. So a couple of freshmen that we have seen have impressed the crowd so far. Speaking of the crowd, it's another sellout tonight. I think their ninth straight sellout. And problem with last game was the crowd was just a little bit too quiet. They didn't have much to cheer about.
This crowd, it's really good to see the UConn crowds selling out time and time again. This is another big crowd. Hopefully they will get behind their Huskies.
Huskies holding a 34-11 edge over the Boston University Cages. Perno, as a coach personally, is 5-1 versus the team. And one thing we should note, UConn senior Mike McKay enters this game with 1,268 points scored in his 4-year career here so far as the Huskies. He needs 8 more points to move into 9th place on the all-time point list past Ben Jakobaskas at 1,275. So good luck for Mike tonight. And if he's hitting it all like he did last game versus New Hampshire, boy, he's going to pass that 8-point mark very quickly. Okay, there's the buzzer, and both teams now going to their benches. It's about time because we ran out of things to say. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and if you join us for soccer this afternoon, don't forget to join us tomorrow. The game will be at 5:30 when the Huskies will face the tough Alabama A&M in a rematch. If you remember a little bit earlier, last time they played the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, the score was 0-0, and I'm going to wish luck to my ex-broadcast partner, at least for soccer, Mark Boudreau, with those tough Bulldog names. He has some that are going to be he's going to be sleeping on all night. But those Huskies in Palo Alto, California, showing the nation on the national TV network and showing Eastern Connecticut here, listening at WHUS, that the Huskies are a national power, team to be reckoned with, and they aren't choking this year when it comes to clutch games. And right now, they could be considered the favorite going into this contest. They're ranked number 2. Alabama A&M are ranked number 4 in the country.
Harold, it's beautiful to see the Huskies doing so well. I know Coach Maroney is very pleased. He's been trying for now 23 years since they've had the NCAA tournament to reach the Final Four. He's finally done it, and now he's in the championship game. Mark Boudreau was out there, and I talked to him after the game, and he was incredibly psyched for the game. So It should be a good one tomorrow.
Okay, now it looks like we're going to go to the starting lineups, and we'll try to go off as much as possible when public address mentions their names. We're still waiting to see what the UConn Husky starting lineup is going to be.
WHUS, Storrs, Connecticut.
Brett Brown, the junior guard, one of the co-captains, is going to be starting. He's wearing number 11. And as we said earlier, he led the team in assists and was second in steals and was the team MVP last year. Other guard position, Jay Twyman, averaging 21 points a contest, having himself a fine year, shooting 62% from the floor. He stands at 6'4", a very tall guard. Then we got Gary Plummer. Plummer is wearing number 24. He might be moved to the center spot. He's 6'9". John Teague, he's 6'5", a senior. He's also going to be starting. So they're going to start their big boys versus the Connecticut Huskies. And the last starter, Arturo Brown, standing at 6'6". And we do not have a class for him. I'm wondering what class he is in. He's a sophomore, I'm now told. And now here come the Connecticut Huskies. Carl Hobbs, the playmaking guard, playing himself a fine game versus New Hampshire. He ended up scoring 14 points and pulled around 2 assists. Norman Bailey at the other guard spot. Bailey, 20 points in 2 games. Played a fine game versus New Hampshire. Chuck Alexanis leading the team, or second in team in scoring, leading the team in rebounding, shooting 64% from the floor, 80% from the foul line. Michael McKay, and listen to the crowd cheering for him. He played great versus New Hampshire, 25 points. And yes, Corny Thompson will be starting, and listen to this.
Beautiful ovation for Corny.
Cornelius Thompson, who did not play his first game ever for as a Connecticut Husky versus New Hampshire on Wednesday, but he will be suiting and starting tonight against the Boston University Terriers. Now everyone here at Alumni Court is standing and waiting for the playing and singing of our nation's anthem. The 2-0 Connecticut Huskies versus the 3-0 Boston University Terriers here at Alumni Court in Storrs, Connecticut. Hello again, everyone. Harold Darak along with Pete Cavaliere and our statistician Robin Tarby, not to mention the stallion, Tony Savino, back at the studio engineering for us. As we look at it, Boston University going from left to right, wearing their road reds. Connecticut in the home whites going from right to left. After this game, the Huskies are going to be playing Fairfield in a road contest at the New Haven Coliseum. That's their home away from home. And WHUS will be there as a part of a doubleheader. The first game will be the women playing the Lady Stags. So both games being aired on the Sound Alternative. 20 minutes to go in the first half here. And jumping up center, Gary Plummer along with Mike McKay. And this is going to be the only jump ball in the game, as new NCAA rule is from now on every other jump ball will be an inbounds going for whichever team didn't win it last. And right now, have control by the Huskies. Cornelius Thompson hands the ball off to Carl Hobbs, and this game is underway. Boston University in the 2-3 zone. Hobbs going right side, over to Mike McKay, passing it back, bounce pass top of the key and around to Cornelius Thompson. Thompson in the corner to Mike McKay, but a bad pass by Corny. Knocked out of bounds by John Teague off the hands of Mike McKay. And right away, Boston University gets the ball on a Connecticut Husky turnover. This is Arturo Brown getting the ball in bounds. Huskies going to a very tough man-to-man zone. Pass goes over to Brett Brown, the playmaking point guard. Brown on the right side gets it over to Jay Twyman. Twyman top of the key over to Gary Plummer. Plummer left side to Brown. Brown back to the top of the key again to Twyman. Remember, Twyman, 21 points per game. Twyman's being guarded by Norman Bailey. Pass goes out to Arturo Brown, who's about 20 feet from the basket. And he goes on the right side over for Brown. Brown in the middle to Gary Plummer. Plummer driving. Now knocked away off the hands of Plummer, out of bounds. And the Huskies will get the ball on the turnover. 19 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first period. No score so far. Huskies versus the Terriers of Boston University. Hobbs, Carl Hobbs, the playmaking guard, taking the ball, going on the left side. Boston University playing a tight 2-3 zone, trying to collapse in the middle on Chuck Alexinis and Corny Thompson. No movement in the middle by either big man. Hobbs with the ball on the right side. Bounce pass top of the key to Bailey. Left side to Thompson. Thompson fakes up once, dribbles once, drives, shot, shoots. No good. Rebound down low. Off the hands of John Teague. Out of bounds. Huskies control the ball. Mike McKay will take the ball out underneath the Husky basket. Pounds the ball once. Gets it out to Norman Bailey, top of the key. Bailey quickly flips the ball on the right side to Carl Hobbs, who almost travels but doesn't get the call. Hobbs gets to the right side, give and go to Mike McKay, back out to Hobbs, over to Bailey, left side to Thompson. Thompson holding the ball high above his head in the corner to Mike McKay. Gives it out to Hobbs. Hobbs are in notion to shoot. Back to Hobbs for Bailey. Long shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by McKay, BU's ball.
Huskies still using a perimeter offense. They haven't been able to get it down low to either big man. Thompson playing up top.
Brett Brown dribbles the ball over the midcourt stripe, going on the left side, dribbling by Hobbs, stopping at the top of the key, pass left side to Teague, long jumper, bang! BU is taking the lead here at Alumni Court. It's the Terriers 2 and Connecticut 0. And Connecticut coming back with the ball the other way. This is Hobbs calling out the signals, trying to get the ball down low to Alexinis, who's being fronted man-to-man by Gary Plummer, even though it's a 2-3 zone. Thompson with the ball on the right side, in the corner, McKay. McKay down low to Alexinis, turns around, jumper off the boards for two. And here come the Streamers, and let's look for the whistles. Streamers on the courts from the crowd. Whistle blows, all being cleared right now. 18:03 to go, and the game's tied at 2.
Hopefully the Huskies will continue to be able to get the ball down low. Alex Innes taking the pass, turning around for a short jumper off the backboard and in. 2-2, 18:03 remaining in the first half.
BU will take the ball out of bounds right in front of their own bench, and Brett Brown controlling it. He's a junior guard, standing at 5'11", drives by Hobbs, takes a jumper and banks it for 2. So Brown gets on the scoreboard right away, giving BU another 2-point lead. 4-2, the Terriers. Huskies with the ball in the corner. Mike McKay deep from 25, off the rim, no good. Thompson underneath, jumper, bang!
Corny's ankle looks sound to me, Harold.
And so does his shot as the Huskies tie it up at 4 apiece with 17:35 to go and the clock ticking. Brett Brown, left side into the corner, gets it to Arturo Brown. Brown trying to drive on Mike McKay, decides not to, passes out to Teague. Teague a lobber in the right corner to Brett Brown one more time. Pass on top of the key to Arturo Brown. We have 2 Browns in the game. And goes in the corner to Plummer. Plummer bounce pass down low to Teague. Teague trying to go back to Arturo Brown, but knocked out of bounds. Last touch by BU, and the Huskies will get the ball back.
Good defense by Mike McKay underneath.
So we're going to have a little bit of problems with Brett Brown and Arturo Brown, but we're going to try to keep them straight. Huskies tied the game up on the jumper by Corny Thompson off a rebound by Mike McKay's shot. And they have the ball right now looking to take the lead for the first time this evening. Bailey hands the ball over to Carl Hobbs. Hobbs dribbling the ball around the perimeter, gets it back on the left side to Bailey. Bailey doesn't even look to shoot. He hands it right back to Hobbs. Huskies now looking to shoot from the outside, and BU just taking their time in that 2-3 zone, really trying to collapse the middle, keeping the ball away from Chuck Alexanis. Thompson on the right side, looking into the corner. Instead gets it out to Hobbs. Hobbs top of the key to Bailey. Left side back to Hobbs. The Huskies still not looking to shoot. They're content with dribbling it all the way around. Bailey goes back to McKay, back to Bailey, back to McKay. McKay driving the baseline, but there's a whistle and a violation, and we're going to have the first foul of the evening. I believe we're going to have a foul called on Arturo Brown, the 6'6 sophomore. That's his first of the night and the first on the team, and we're going to have our first substitution. Johnny Ray Wall checks into the game for Boston University. Checking in for Arturo Brown. Huskies taking the ball out underneath their own basket. This is Carl Hobbs. Hobbs controlling the ball on the right side. Gets into the corner to Mike McKay. McKay back out to Hobbs. Dribbles once. Long jumper. Bang! Oh, a swish. As Hobbs hits from the outside, he's looking to take that long shot a little bit more. Quickly, BU gets over to half-court line. Brett Brown now slowing things up just a little bit as Hobbs is all over him on the defense. Pass goes on the left side to Gary Plummer. Plummer in the corner finally gets a bounce pass to Jay Twyman. Twyman looking to go baseline, but Norman Bailey all over him. Ball goes down low to Plummer. Plummer over to Teague, but Teague called for the offensive charge. Is standing in there nicely was Carl Hobbs.
Hobbs just stood his ground in front of him.
So Teague picks up his first foul. Second team foul for Boston University. And so far, Jay Twyman, the 21-point scorer for BU, has yet to get on the boards. Huskies being pressed full court on his zone press. Ball goes in to Alexanis from Thompson. Back to Thompson over to Bailey, who crosses half court, gets it over to Hobbs. 2-on-1 to McKay, and he loses it. Beautiful bounce pass from Hobbs, but McKay couldn't find the handle. It goes out of bounds, and Connecticut with a 6-4 lead loses the ball. Quickly, BU back on the other side. Jay Twyman bounces top of the key to Brett Brown. Brett Brown guarded tightly by Carl Hobbs, driving down the right side, stopped by Hobbs, gets the top of the key over to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall gets in the left side to Twyman, who looks to travel, no good. Pass goes down low to Plummer, and he's called for the travel. Plummer took a train in the Storrs on that one. Called for the travel, and Huskies will come up with the ball in front of their own bench. They have the lead 6-4, and BU still with the full court press. Thompson gets it into Hobbs. Hobbs dribbling the ball around a few times. At halftime, Tony Savino will be reading you some sports shorts. Ball goes across half court. So Corny Thompson dribbling left, right side. Alexanis, long shot, and he hits.
Alexanis from about 15 feet out. Huskies now up 8-4.
But Chuck Alexanis, his fourth point, give Corny Thompson the assist. And with the ball in the left corner, it's Johnny Teague. Teague down low to Plummer, but a whistle, and we're going to have the first Husky foul of the evening as they got a wide open pass down low to Plummer, but
foul's on Norman Bailey.
Bailey picks up the foul. And another substitution, Arturo Brown in for Gary Plummer. So BU will take the ball underneath on possession. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. So 15 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the first half at Alumni Court in Storrs, Connecticut. The score, the Huskies 8, the Terriers 4. We'll be back right after this timeout.
I'm Ed Asner. A newspaper man has to decide which story is newsworthy and which isn't. Well, here's one that is. I'm talking about the millions of destitute people in the world who need help if they're to survive. The sick, the starving, the homeless. How about putting a happy ending to that story? You can by supporting CARE. So be generous. Make someone's happiness a page one headline.
Please send your check or money order to CARE, Box 570, New York 10156, or local CARE office.
Harold Darak back with Pete Cavaliere. And Alumni Court in Storrs, Connecticut, the Huskies with a record of 2-0 versus those Terriers of Boston University with a record of 3-0. Connecticut leads 8-4. Both teams still in their huddle on the timeout. 15-18 to go here in the first half, as you can hear the UConn pep band in the background. Capacity crowd here, and it has to be over the normal 4,660 because they put new stands in to our right and a few to our left. So trying to squeeze in as many people as possible. Maybe they're just trying to alleviate the closeness that the fans have had in the past, because when they've had a sellout, they have had to put everyone in here like sardines. And if one person stood, they all had to stand. Well, now finally both teams coming on the court. That timeout was a little bit longer than you're normally going to hear, and we're too far away from the court to tell why. The ball is going to be underneath the BU basket, and it's going to be BU's ball. Johnny Teague is going to be taking it out. Teague standing at 6'5". He's a senior. And the Huskies going with their 2-3 zones on out-of-bounds plays. Teague passes it in on the right side to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall on top of to Brett Brown. Brown back to Wall. Wall trying to go down low, but the ball's knocked away and controlled by Thompson. Thompson gives it over to Hobbs, and Hobbs starts up the fast break. Left side to McKay, into the corner to Alex Sinnis. Back out top to Hobbs. Right side to Thompson. Jumper from 15. It's in.
Thompson calling for the ball about 20 feet out.
And for Thompson, point number 4. Connecticut 10, Boston University 4. Huskies going with the three-quarters court trap. BU gets the ball across half court. Johnny T gets it into Brown. Left side to Twyman. Long jumper off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, Alex Sinnis. So Twyman 0 for 1 so far today. Quickly, the Huskies come down court. McKay from Hobbs on the left side. Jumper from 5, and it's in and out. Rebound, Arturo Brown, and BU will come back with the ball the other way. Arturo gets it over to Brett, and we're talking about Browns. Brett Brown controlling the ball, gets it across half court. Huskies go to the 1-2-2 zone alignment. Pass goes out to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall and Brown playing guards on the outside. Here's Brett Brown from downtown. Bang! 4 points for Brett Brown. He leads all BU scores. And Huskies coming back the other way. Hobbs, like lightning, goes by the BU defense. Gets a pass to Alex Sinnis. Alex Sinnis slows things down. Gets it out to Norman Bailey. And Bailey holds the ball while BU sets up. Bailey gets it over to Hobbs. Hobbs dribbling the ball around top of the circle. Left side to Bailey. Bailey looking down low. Gets it out top of the circle to Thompson. Over the right side to McKay in the corner to Alex Sinnis. Back out to Thompson. Jumper, and he hits. Carney is hot. He's 3 for 3. The Huskies are up by 6, 12 to 6, 13:45 to go.
There was some doubt as to whether Thompson would play, and he's definitely playing tonight.
Arturo Brown in the corner. Ball comes out and around to Brett Brown. Right side over to Twyman. They're playing with the perimeter. They try to go down low to Arturo Brown, but knocked away nicely by Norman Bailey. And it's going to be BU's ball underneath. Johnny T getting set to take the ball out of bounds. He gets it into the corner to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall top the key to Brett Brown. Brown gets it over to Jay Twyman. Twyman right side to Arturo Brown. He drives. Jumper from 5, and he hits. Arturo Brown with his first 2 points of the night. The Huskies are still facing that press, and Carl Hobbs dribbling between 3 players, still controlling the ball, losing it for a moment, and now he loses it for good as Johnny T comes away with it. BU coming back the other way, and we're going to have a travel violation as Johnny Ray Wall ran with the ball before he passed it, and Connecticut gets it right back on a turnover. So the Huskies are up by 4 with 13:16 to go, and they have the ball. Hobbs dribbles the ball across half court, dribbling with his left hand, going towards the middle of the court, left side over to Norman Bailey, top of the key to Thompson. Thompson looking down low, gets to Alex Sinnis, who loses it momentarily, saves it from going out of bounds, but Brett Brown is there to control it for the Terriers. Brown coming back the other way, passes it into the corner to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall back out to Brown one more time, top of the key, right side to Teague. Teague into the corner to Twyman, and Twyman gets it back out top to Brown one more time. Perimeter passing, here's Twyman from 15, and he connects. First 2 points for Twyman, and BU is within 2. It's Connecticut 12, Huskies 12. BU 10, and Thompson is fouled as BU's coming back the other way.
Vern Giscombe in for Carl Hobbs.
And Giscombe will take over that point guard position. And Thompson taking a breather as Bruce Kaczynski checks in the game. And Thompson, 3 for 3 unofficially so far. I haven't seen him miss a shot yet. Huskies take the ball out in front of their own bench. That foul was called on Johnny Ray Wall. His first, the team's third. Kaczynski with the ball on the left side. Kaczynski in the corner to Bailey. Bailey top of the key to Giscombe. Long jumper, no good. Rebound almost had by Kaczynski. Goes over his head. And Johnny Ray Wall comes up with it quickly. BU streaking down the court. Brown, right side, trying to pass to teammate Twyman, but he overshot him. As right there to make a steal, if there would have been one, was Vern Giscombe. Good defense by the sophomore. Huskies get the ball on the out of bounds. Giscombe facing now the half-court trap, dribbling the ball around, right side to Bailey, and he comes across half-court. He's still dribbling, going down, bounce pass over to McKay, and the Huskies are on the perimeter, and they're controlling the ball. Bailey in the corner, lobs underneath Alex Innes. He's in traffic, but we're going to have a foul called on Boston University, as I believe Johnny Ray Wall did not give Chuck Alex Innes a chance to come down after he jumped up for the ball. So for Wall, it's his second foul and the team's fourth. Plummer enters the game. Johnny Ray Wall takes a seat on the bench. 12-10, Huskies control the game and have the ball underneath their own basket. Bailey, bounce pass right side to McKay. McKay fakes up once, jumper off the board, no good. Rebound, Kaczynski down low, jumper, and it's up, around, and in. Kaczynski with that offensive rebound puts in his first 2 points tonight. The Huskies up their lead to 4 as they're going at it with the half-court trap. Pass left side to Teague, almost hit a referee. Finally, they get the ball across half-court with crisp passing. Brown with the ball on the left side. This is Arturo. He's being hampered by Vern Giscombe. He gets it out to Brett Brown. Brett Brown back to Arturo Brown. Huskies in that 1-2-2. Pass goes into the middle to Johnny Teague. Teague right side to Twyman. Twyman fakes up. Jumper blocked by Kaczynski. Out of bounds. Last touch. No. Finally, it's out of bounds. Last touch by Connecticut. And Norman Bailey and Boston University will get the ball out underneath. Or in front of the Connecticut Connecticut bench. I'll get it out. BU controlling the ball. Here's Brett Brown, left side over to Twyman. Twyman back to Brown, back to Twyman one more time. They're still looking low, can't find anybody open. Ball goes all the way out to Arturo Brown by half court. And BU will start things up one more time from there. Here's Brett Brown bombing from 20, and he connects. Brett Brown leading all BU scorers with 6 out of the BU 12 points. Connecticut 14, Terriers 12, and they're facing that half-court press. And there's a steal on the play by BU. Kaczynski took a fall, but no call. And here's a steal back by Giscombe, one-on-one. Giscombe all the way up, and he lays it in.
Nice hands by Vern Giscombe. After Boston University had pulled within 2, the Huskies came right back.
I thought Kaczynski was fouled on the play when the Huskies lost the ball, but the referees didn't call a foul, and Giscombe came right back and stole the ball back. BU now controlling, they're down by 4. Twyman, a long jumper, he hits. For Twyman, it's his 4th point. And it's now Connecticut 16, Boston University 14. Connecticut's ball, they cross half court. Mike McKay leading a 2-on-2, now slowing things up wisely as most of the BU defense retreats back. Ball goes out to Vern Giscombe. Giscombe left side over to Bailey, back on top to Giscombe, right side to McKay, into the corner to Kaczynski. Cross-court pass to Giscombe. Giscombe looks to go down low, but gets to McKay. McKay dribbles once, twice, jumper connects. The first 2 points of the evening for Mike McKay. And it almost took him 10 minutes to do so. 10 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first half. Huskies up 18-14. BU's ball. This is Gary Plummer. Plummer left side into the corner to number 44, Arturo Brown, who drives and a whistle on the play. Alex Innes will get a foul called on him, his first, and we're going to have a timeout on the court. So with 9 minutes, 56 seconds remaining here in half number 1, it's UConn 18 and Boston University 14. We'll be back right after this.
From Orchestra Hall in Chicago, this is Norman Pellegrini welcoming you to a concert by the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, Sir George Schulte, music director.
The Chicago Symphony Orchestra, every Wednesday morning from 9 to 11. Morning classics here on WHUS, the sound alternative.
Pep band in the background, but the crowd not cheering for much as they really haven't had that much to cheer for. Huskies are up by 4, but they haven't been using their fast break to their advantage really that much, and only glimpses of excitement have come from Corny Thompson's jumpers and Vernon Giscombe steals, and that's how come the Huskies are up so far. They're led in scoring by Corny Thompson, who was on the bench last we saw. He has 6, Alex Innes has 4. McKay, Giscombe, Hobbs, and Kaczynski each have 2 apiece. And for Boston University, it's Brett Brown with 6, Jay Twyman with 4, John Teague, and Arturo Brown with 2 apiece. And we should mention right now, Tony Sims, a junior guard, is out with a hamstring pull for Boston University. And he was averaging about 12 points a game. At least that was in his first game. He scored 12 points versus St. Francis. But he was out since then, and he has not even made the trip. Johnny Teague will take the ball out. Nope, now he's going to switch, and Jay Twyman's going to take the ball out for Boston University. They're going to take the ball out underneath their own basket. Twyman lobs one into Brett Brown. Brown takes a chest pass, gets it over to Jay Twyman in the corner. Twyman back out to Brown, and Jimmy Sullivan checks into the game. Corny Thompson into the game. So a few new people in the game for the Connecticut Huskies as they're going into that 2-3 zone. Here's Brett Brown, right side of Twyman, down low over to Gary Plummer, makes his move, passes on the far side to Arturo Brown. As he shoots it, there's a whistle on the play, and I believe we're going to have a foul called on Cornelius Thompson. That's his first and the team's third, and so going to the line to shoot 2 foul shots is going to be Arturo Brown. On the year for BU, Brown is shooting 43% from the line. He is 5 for 14, not the best foul shooter on the team. Not even the second best, but he hits the first. And now Brown dribbling the ball a few times. Second shot, no good. Rebound down low, Kaczynski. So 18-15, Huskies up by 3. And they have control of the ball. This is Vern Giscombe. Giscombe in the corner. He's trapped. Gets it out to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to quickly get rid of it, but no one's open. He gets it back to Vern Giscombe, and the Husky offense will start up. Giscombe right side in the corner to Sully. Sully back out to Giscombe. Top of the key to McKay. Left side to Cornelius Thompson. Thompson back in the corner to Sullivan. Sullivan looking down low, but instead gets to Giscombe. Long jumper, and he connects. Vern Giscombe from 15 feet out. Connecticut 20, BU 15, and Giscombe 4 points on the night. Brett Brown coming back the other way, drives down low, gets it over to Plummer. Plummer has his shot rejected, and Brett Brown comes back with the ball. Brown right side over to Johnny Teague. Teague down low, gets it over to Plummer. His jumper hits. And quickly, BU comes right back. 3-point Connecticut lead, 20-17, and Plummer has 2 points on the night. Sully trying to break the pass. Bounce pass over to Giscombe. 3-on-2 break. Right side to McKay. Down low to Kaczynski. Fakes up once off the board, and it does not go in. Rebound, Jay Twyman. Twyman gets it over to Teague. Teague slows things up, gets it over to Brett Brown, so the Huskies had a chance to go back on top by 5. Can't do so. And here's Johnny Teague on the left side. Teague being guarded by Corny Thompson as the Huskies go back man-to-man. Ball goes top of the key to Arturo Brown. Right side to Twyman. Long jumper, and he hits. So Twyman has now found the range. He has 6 points on the night, and the Huskies are now have their lead cut down to 1 point. This is Vernon Giscombe dribbling the ball around. Left side into the corner to Sully. Sully back on top to Giscombe into the top of the key to McKay. McKay's jumper falls short. Rebound Thompson. He passes it over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski cross-court pass top of the key to Sullivan. And the Huskies are in the bucket, but no call. As Sullivan gets it back out to Giscombe. Give and go back to Sullivan. Ball is passed around the perimeter. Here's Thompson for 15, and he hits. I don't think Thompson has missed a shot so far tonight. Huskies on top by 3 one more time, 22-19.
Into the BU lineup, number 41, Johnny Ray Wall. He replaces Gary Plummer. Norman Bailey checking in now.
And Mike McKay taking a seat on the bench. 7:44 to go here in the first half. Connecticut 22. Ball in the corner to Twyman, but he can't control it on a bad pass from Brown. So the Huskies will get a break on a turnover, and they'll take the ball out, but Boston University pressing very tightly on a three-quarters court press. They like to press, they're doing so, but quickly the Huskies break it with some nice long passes. Here's Bailey on the left side. Bailey, top of the key to Giscombe. Giscombe dribbling the ball around, looking left, looking right, looking down low. No one's open, no one's moving. Finally, the ball goes in the corner to Bailey. Bailey fakes once and now gets out top of the key to Sullivan, who had a notion to shoot. Gets it to Giscombe, who decides to shoot. Around the rim, no good. Rebound down low. Thompson, bang! Thompson, good second effort as BU had their hands on the ball, but Thompson came up with it. And the Huskies up by 5 points, and BU's controlling the ball. Brown, left side in the corner to Arturo Brown. Brown driving the middle on Kaczynski. Jumper from 10, around the rim. Rebound Thompson as it doesn't fall in. Sullivan leading the pack as he's coming down the middle of the court, leading a 5-on-4. Left side into the corner to Bailey. Bailey dribbles once, takes a jumper, and he is in and out. Brown comes up with the rebound as it looked like it was going to fall, but it didn't. Ball goes on the left side to Johnny Ray Wall. Ray Wall leading the 3-on-5. Quickly he slows things up. Brett Brown comes down with it. Right side to Twyman. Twyman being guarded by Sullivan. Top of the key to Wall. Wall right side into Arturo Brown. His long jumper off the rim, no good. And now both teams have gone stone cold. Rebound control on a steal by Courtney Thompson. Huskies come back the other way. Here's Giscombe left side into Sullivan. Long jumper, bang!
Timeout BU. Sully hitting from 15.
Long jumper by Jimmy Sullivan. Huskies up now by 7 points, their biggest lead of the night. And with 6:15 to go, a timeout by the Terriers. So it's Connecticut 26, BU 19. Back with more Husky action after this.
When someone needs you, when you're a very special person in someone's life, you'd go to any lengths to keep a promise you made. We're asking you to make a promise like that. A promise to give blood, the gift of life. To someone with leukemia, heart disease, or sickle cell anemia, your blood could make all the difference in the world. There is simply no substitute for blood. Call your Red Cross to make a promise you mean to keep. Your blood counts.
Tony Savino back here at the studios of WHUS, and a couple of quick sports notes is that Marcus Allen, by no surprise, has won the Heisman Trophy, and also Army and Navy played to a 3-3 tie this afternoon. I'll have more sports update as we get into halftime. Right now, UConn beating BU by a score of 26-19. We'll go back out to Alumni Court for Harold Darak and Pete Cavaliere.
Well, thank you very much, Tony Savino. Some other sports notes to note as well. In college basketball this afternoon, if I could find my sheet, here we go. Georgetown defeated San Diego State by the score of 71-53, and UCLA trounced, and I mean trounced, Notre Dame by about 30 points, 79-49. That might not be official, though. I kind of heard that one on the run. In games last night, Villanova over Boston College, 97-75 in the first Big East tilt of the year. What a game. John Panone's 22 points. Villanova built up a 36-point lead. Stewie Granger added 17. Bagley had 30 as he passed the 1,000 career point mark for his for Boston College. Syracuse defeated Central Michigan 100-66, so the Big East teams continue to roll.
Bucklew checks in for UConn.
And he'll be taking the point guard position off for Vernon Giscombe, as Giscombe will be going to the shooting guard. BU controlling the ball on the right side. It's Johnny Teague, but he was fouled down low by Norman Bailey. And for Bailey, that's his second foul. Fourth team foul, and Huskies not over the limit, so BU will take the ball out underneath their own basket. Huskies and BU only 4 fouls apiece. A low fouling contest. BU controlling the ball on the inbounds. Johnny Ray Wall, right side, gets it over to Brett Brown. Brown back to Wall. Wall left side to Twyman, and Twyman is killed by Norman Bailey, who just ran right all over him. And that was a definite foul as Bailey was trying to get position, but he really pushed Twyman. I don't know why the crowd is booing, because that was totally obvious.
Perno's also upset. He wanted traveling calls to the rest of the UConn bench.
I can't quite go along with that one. Third foul for Bailey. We're going to have to see a player coming off the bench fairly soon for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hobbs back into the game. Or maybe Thompson, as Thompson took a seat on that last break. And BU taking the ball on the inbounds. Brett Brown down low, gets it over to Teague. Teague into the corner to Arturo Brown. Ball comes out and around to Twyman from 20, and he's way off as it's partially blocked by McKay. Saved on out of bounds by Teague. BU still controlling. Long pass down low to Teague. Over Alex Sinnis. No good. Tapped up by Teague. Up by Teague again. And the rebound control by Alex Sinnis. So Teague with a good second and third effort, but the Huskies quickly breaking back the other way. This is Bailey dribbling it around. Gets it over to Giscombe. Giscombe now saying he's going to take over the point guard position. Pass down low to Bucklew. Right side over to Bailey. Bailey bounce pass down low to Alex Sinnis. Knocked out of bounds by BU. And the Huskies will control.
Courtney Thompson checking in for Mike McKay.
Let's check that. That's Norman Bailey. McKay's remaining in the game. Bucklew passes to McKay. Right side in the corner to Vern Giscombe. Back out to McKay, and they're passing it around the perimeter. Looking down low as Alex Sinnis and Thompson are doing some movement, but can't seem to break that 2-3 zone that BU has. Right side Giscombe in the corner to McKay. Back out to Giscombe. He's open from 20, and he is in and out. Rebound down low, Alex Sinnis, but he's fouled. So the Morris Mountain got some positioning down low. Got the ball. He was going up to shoot. Let's see if they're going to give him those 2 foul shots. I guess they're going to say it's a possession call down low, as they're going to say he did not shoot. So the foul goes against Jim Twyman.
On the timeout, number 24, Gary Plummer checks in for Arturo Brown.
And the Huskies get the ball. Mike McKay throws it over everybody's head. It goes out of bounds over press row. Huskies, a poor turnover. No points have scored since that last time out. It's still Connecticut 26, BU 19 with 5:01 to go here in the half. And as we remind you, at halftime, Tony Savino will be giving you some sports shorts before the second half here. Remind you, Husky soccer team going out to the final two. Connecticut defeating Eastern Illinois 2-1. Make that Eastern Illinois. Carl Hobbs checking in for Giscombe. BU controlling the ball. Johnny Ray Wall, left side, gets it over to John Teague. Teague cross-court pass to Brett Brown. Brown down low over to Plummer. Plummer back to Brown, who was open. Decides not to shoot. Twyman with the ball. Gets it into Teague. Teague down low to Plummer, but misses the ball completely. And the Huskies get the ball again on a turnover. A lot of turnovers and not many shots. Connecticut controlling the ball. Three-quarters court press for Boston University. Hobbs has the ball. He's dribbling it in his own end of the court. Pass the right side to Bucklew. Bucklew has not dribbled the ball once this year, so it seems. Gets it over to Thompson. Thompson is called for a jump ball, and they lose the ball to BU on the new NCAA rules. So Thompson could not get the ball across half court. Or when he did get it across half court, he couldn't keep control of it by himself. So BU gets the ball on another turnover. I wonder if they're going to call that a turnover. They really can't call that a turnover. And they control the ball. Ray Wall with the ball on the left side. Gets it down low to Plummer. Top of the key goes out to Jay Twyman. Left side over to Wall. He drives baseline. A whistle. And I believe we're going to have a foul. Corny Thompson getting called for a foul. 16 foul for Connecticut. His second. 4:20 to go here in half number one. It's only the sixth foul, so it's possession. One more and the Huskies will be over the limit. Brett Brown, top of the circle. Left side to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall being confronted by Brian Bucklew. Pass goes to the right side to Johnny Twyman. His jumper is up and in. Twyman's 8th point of the evening. He's leading all scorers for Boston University. Thompson leads all scorers with 10 points on the night. Huskies having some problems with the BU press. And finally, Hobbs brings it across half court. Alex Sinnis is wide open underneath, but Hobbs can't see him as he's busy dribbling the ball around. Pass in the right corner to McKay. McKay back out to Hobbs. 3:51 to go. 26-21, Huskies up. McKay lobs one into Alex Sinnis, a whistle. And I believe we're going to have a foul called on number 24, Gary Plummer. Plummer looked like he was pushing Chuck Alex Sinnis, and if that was the case, that would be the 16th foul for Boston University and the first team foul for Plummer.
Bruce Kaczynski just checked in for Bucklew.
So the Huskies have McKay, Alex Innes, Thompson, along with Kaczynski and Hobbs, a very tall lineup. And they have control of the ball. This is Hobbs dribbling the ball around, looking down low, can't find anybody. It's Johnny Ray Wall along with Brett Brown, Gary Plummer, Arturo Brown, and Jay Twyman. Make that John Teague, not Arturo Brown, for Boston University. Huskies on the perimeter. Mike McKay, left side to Kaczynski. Looking into the corner to Thompson. Gets out top to McKay. Long jumper off the back of the rim. Rebound fought for underneath, and Twyman comes up with it. Twyman outlets it to Brett Brown. Brown dribbling the ball around. Quickly slows things up. Crosses half court. Left side in the corner to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall looks underneath. Can't find anybody. Ball goes out and around. Right side to Twyman. Long jumper off the rim. No good. Rebound Thompson. Thompson quickly out to Hobbs. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to go. Hobbs crosses half court. 4-on-5 break. Quickly he lets Thompson slow up and get back into the play. Hobbs stops his dribble. Top of the key to McKay. They pass the ball back and forth a few times. Right side to Kaczynski. In the corner to Thompson. A long shot by Hobbs, and he hits. Hobbs is showing some shooting from the outside, something we did not see last year. And it's Connecticut 28, BU 21, BU's ball. Twyman in the right side. Top of the key to Brett Brown. Back to Twyman. Down low over to Gary Plummer. Plummer turnaround jumper, and he hits. His 4th point of the night, 28-23. And Connecticut coming back the other way. Cross-court pass goes to Mike McKay. He crosses the mid-court stripe. 2:25 to go until the half. Hobbs dribbling the ball around. Top of the key to McKay. Right side to Kaczynski, who almost loses it. Recontrols the ball back to McKay. Left side to Hobbs, who has a notion to shoot. Top of the key to McKay. Down low to Kaczynski, who throws up a shot but was fouled. And I believe they're going to call it on Brett Brown as we have a couple substitutes. Larry Blucher into the game for the Huskies for Chuck Alexinis. And Arturo Brown checking into the game for Johnny Teague. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. So, as Joe Tomaselli leads the Connecticut Husky cheerleaders onto the court with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go here at the half, it's Connecticut 28, Boston University 23. Back with more action after this.
At 8 p.m. on Monday, December 7th, WHUS will present a special program called Vietnam Veterans Agent Orange and Connecticut, a challenge for the 80s. Guests will be Jimmy Sparrow and Roger Pappas of Agent Orange Victims International. This program is part of a continuing series on WHUS exploring the Vietnam War from the veterans' perspective. Production is made possible in part by a grant from the Connecticut Humanities Council. If you are a veteran or know someone who is, please let others know about this program. If you want to learn more about the present reality for Vietnam veterans, be sure to tune in. That's Vietnam Veterans Agent Orange and Connecticut, this Monday, December 7th at 8 p.m. on WHUS. Now back to the basketball game with Harold Darak and Pete Cavaliere.
Well, thank you very much, Tony Savino, and try to make sure you can tune into that show, which will be on Monday evening. John Murphy doing a lot of work on that, and it's just supposed to be a very, very good show about the Vietnam veterans. 2:12 to go here in the half. Connecticut on top by 5, 28-23. It's been a close battle, but a lot of turnovers lately has kind of deteriorated the play. UConn Husky soccer action tomorrow afternoon at 5:20. Airtime here. That's unless the first game goes into overtime. UConn Huskies versus Alabama A&M for the national championship. And it'll be Mark Boudreau out at Palo Alto, California to bring in that one. So make sure you tune in to the Sound Alternative WHUS Storrs, Connecticut for all your UConn Husky soccer action. We carried almost every game this year, and we're very proud of that. Bruce Kaczynski looking to shoot two, and he misses the first. Huskies have been having a lot of problems from the foul line this year. They were number 1 in the country last year. This year they're only shooting at a 67% clip compared to their opponent's 72. And Kaczynski misses the second one. So the Huskies, who had a golden opportunity to go up by 7 points, can't do so. And Brett Brown brings BU back the other way. Brown in the left corner to Wall. Wall, top of the key to Twyman. Twyman being guarded by McKay. Almost got away from him, but now stops his dribble passes on the left side to Arturo Brown. Brown over to Plummer. Plummer from the foul line. Off the front of the rim. Rebound McKay. McKay dishes over to Hobbs. Then Hobbs brings the ball back the other way. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the half. Hobbs right side in the corner to Thompson. Thompson quickly back to Hobbs. Hobbs top of the key to McKay. He's wide open from the top of the circle. Left side to Blucher. Blucher back out to McKay one more time. Over to Hobbs left side. Long jumper and it goes in. Oh, that Carl Hobbs is turning out to be a shooter. Connecticut 30, BU 23. A minute and a half to go here until this first half is over. This is Brett Brown. Brown being guarded by Hobbs. Right side over to Twyman. Twyman looking down low. Top of the key to Wall. Wall being guarded by Larry Blucher. And Blucher is all over Wall, not letting him go anywhere. Wall dribbling the ball, really not moving anywhere with it. Into the corner to Arturo Brown. Brown down low to Twyman. Twyman guarded by Kaczynski. Beautiful block. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Connecticut Huskies. And BU will get it, but good defense down low as they're not letting anyone be wide open underneath, Pete.
Huskies using a very good defense underneath.
And right now, BU will take the ball out underneath. Johnny Ray Wall has the ball knocked away by Blucher. What a play! As he was going for a wide open Twyman, but Blucher with some quick hands and some nice hustle knocked it out of bounds. And I said versus New Hampshire, he's been pretty impressive for his first year here at Connecticut. A good hustler and a very hard worker from what the scouts do say. Out of bounds, it'll be Johnny T taking the ball out of bounds. Gets to the top of the key to Twyman. Twyman leading the BU scorers with 8 points. He's averaging 21 this season. Twyman right side to Brown, down low to Plummer. Plummer looking to drive, instead gets it back out to Brett Brown. Top of the key over to Twyman again. Left side over to Arturo Brown. And the Browns passing the ball back and forth between each other. Finally right side over to Twyman. Huskies in a 2-3 zone, as they usually are, out of bounds passing. Arturo Brown, top of the key, 50 seconds to go, and maybe BU's going to go for a last shot. This is Plummer right side. Plummer dribbles the ball going towards the middle. Left side over to Twyman, top of the key to Brett Brown. They're still passing around the perimeter, not going anywhere with the ball. This is number 42, Johnny Teague, into the corner to Twyman. Twyman back to Teague, over to Brown, 34 seconds. That's exactly what BU is going to do. They're going to go for that last shot and listen to the Husky crowd trying to psych up that defense. Arturo Brown, left side to Brett Brown, 25 seconds to go. Top of the key out to Teague. 22 seconds to go, right side to Twyman. Twyman holding the ball high above his head. Gets it over to Arturo Brown. Gets it over to Brett Brown. Left side over to Teague. 13 seconds, right side Twyman. Fakes up once. Top of the key to Brett Brown. 10 seconds. They're going to have to shoot now. Twyman driving baseline on Blucher. A whistle. And a foul on Blucher. And the crowd does not like that at all. I thought Blucher made a good play on defense trying to beat Jimmy Twyman to the baseline. But the referee saw it differently as they're going to call Larry Blucher with his first foul. And the team is now over the limit. So Twyman will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
6 seconds remaining. Huskies up by 7.
Twyman on the year, which is pretty ironic, only shooting 56% from the foul line. He's shooting 62% from the floor. shooting better from the floor than he is from the foul line. And here's his foul shot, and he goes in. 9 points from the 6'4 junior who hails out of Cincinnati, Ohio. As a quick substitution, Blucher checks out, and Giscombe checks in for the final 6 seconds. Twyman looking to hit on double figures. Thompson and Kaczynski down low, ready to rebound. 2 Huskies at midcourt, Hobbs and Giscombe. He misses the second one. Rebound down low. Brown shot blocked by Kaczynski, and we're going to have another foul. Kaczynski called for the foul with 5 seconds to go while Arturo Brown was shooting, and that play was made because
the National Society to Prevent Blindness, founded in 1908, is the oldest voluntary health agency nationally engaged in the prevention of blindness through a comprehensive program of community services, public and professional education and research. With me today is the sight-saving chairman of the Connecticut Society to Prevent Blindness, a very familiar face around this area, the head coach of the University of Connecticut basketball team, Coach Dom Perno. Thank you very much, Coach, for taking some time to be with us this afternoon.
Well, it's my pleasure, and obviously we're dealing with a cause that is extremely important to all of us, and I think my involvement this year has been really an honorary involvement for me, because I really am pleased with the, not only have an opportunity to pass on some of my thoughts pertaining to the Society to Prevent Blindness, but also some extremely influential people where, in my position last year, Arnold Dean had it, and I believe John Garrett for the Whalers was involved in this position. And I think as you go along, you see that the Society really tries to hit as many people as they can. And from what I've seen, so many people just don't know and realize how they can become involved and how the Society can help them.
How did you get involved with the Society?
Well, to be honest with you, Joe Burns, who is the president of the Society right now, he's a Connecticut graduate. He's really followed all Connecticut athletics for many, many years. He contacted me, asked if I would be interested in it, and obviously I said I certainly would. I told him that my situation is crazy during this time of the year, but anything that I could do to assist him and the Society, I'd be happy to do it. And consequently, he got us down, and we got us down to Essex, and we were involved in a small gathering to just kind of elaborate on what the Society is trying to do. And I got kind of excited about it, and obviously in my profession, basketball, being able to put the ball in the basket and having proper sight is important, certainly. So I thought it was just a natural, and consequently I'm involved for at least this year in this program.
What are your personal duties as chairman of the Society?
Well, I guess I'm primarily in a position where anything that I can do to promote the Society, certainly I would be happy to do it. I've been on a number of different radio shows, I've been on television segments earlier in the spring, and they're basically trying to make the people just become more aware of what the Society is doing. And I think with our involvement in basketball here in the University of Connecticut, it's widespread. It's kind of an infectious type of setting throughout the state. It does afford a number of people to get a little closer to the Society, and certainly it's helping Connecticut basketball because we're stimulating interest in that direction.
A lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of major eye problems, especially with kids and even all the way up through adult years. Can you go on and say what some of the major problems are?
I think personally, rather than, of course, glaucoma is an area that's really becoming more and more of a problem, and they have these testing programs throughout the state, and in particular in different factories or the insurance agencies, where the Society is really involved in the examination of the different people, and very often they're free of charge, and to not take advantage of this is crazy. However, I think the number one area, Harold, is in the preschool, that the vision testing in the preschool, where very often a youngster has to have a physical, but he really doesn't get his eyes tested in that situation. And here they've opened the door for thousands and thousands of youngsters to have the opportunity to get their vision tested early. And then if you have a problem, whatever it may be, pertaining to vision or whatever, you're going to hit it early and you're going to be able to handle it early. And that's where I think the Society does an unbelievable job. And consequently, the more and more people that are touched by the situation, it's going to be helpful down the road, I think.
Now, a lot of people might not realize that there is a way to get in touch with the Society. You could either write them or call them for either a free glaucoma screenings, pamphlets on eye care, or just any sort of donation you might want to give. And some of these pamphlets are very useful. There's questions in there about industrial eye injuries and about safety glasses and things about what's the best thing to do to flush out chemicals from your eyes, and a lot of very good information that you could possibly get.
Correct, and I really think that the problem is, Harold, that's why I'm happy we're able to do this short segment here, is just to make people understand that there is a place to go, there is a number to call, and I've got it right here, and I think I'll just try to pass it on to the people listening today, and you can just write the Connecticut Society to Prevent Blindness, 589 Jordan Lane in Wethersfield, Connecticut, and I'll repeat that again, it's 589 Jordan Lane in Wethersfield, Connecticut. A number that you can call, and it's a toll-free number, is 1-800-842-0692. And I'll repeat that. It's 1-800-842-0692. I think by contacting these people, and I've dealt with this Kayleen Colgan, who is a graduate of the University of Connecticut. As a matter of fact, she just graduated about 7 months ago, and she's done an unbelievable job. And I think if you contacted her at the address I presented to you or the number, she'd give you and send you any information that you would care to have.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, for taking this time out to come and speak with us, and good luck in with the Society dealings and the dealings for the season and their quest for the Big East Championship.
Well, thanks a lot, Harry. I appreciate your taking the time and putting this over the air because, well, obviously it's an unbelievable area. We're all being tested in this area every day, and I'm hopeful that someone will be helped by what you're presenting to these people today.
Well, thank you very much.
Huskies going with their same starting lineup, and so is Boston University. They're going into a quick 2-3 zone. Carl Hobbs left side wide open, passes top of the key to McKay, right side to Thompson. Thompson looking down low, goes around the perimeter one more time in the corner to Bailey, lobs it down low to Alex Innes, but a whistle. And let's see, I believe the foul is going to be called on Arturo Brown. Make that Gary Plummer. So Plummer picks up his second foul, the first in the second half, and the Huskies will get the ball underneath their own basket. 19:42 to go in the game. Huskies on top by 8. They're trying to pull away. Here's Hobbs looking to get the ball in bounds. Gets to Mike McKay on the left side. McKay bounces out top. Back to Hobbs, who cut right through the middle of the pack. Hobbs dribbles a couple times, goes in the corner for Norman Bailey. Bailey back to Hobbs, top of the key to Mike McKay. Right side over to Corny Thompson, dribbles a few times in the corner to Bailey. Bailey bounce pass down low to Alex Innes, who was tripped on the play. Steal by the BU. And BU had the ball, quickly stolen back by McKay. Jumper from 10, bang!
Mike McKay now with 4 points.
So the Huskies had the ball. It was, I thought Chuck Alex Innes was following the play. There was no call. BU came away with it. Came down the court. It was quickly tipped away by a few Huskies. McKay with the steal, and he came back down and put the ball in the hoop. Now BU coming back the other way and controlling it. Johnny Teague. Teague, top of the key over to Brett Brown. Brown on the left side over for Arturo Brown. And Arturo Brown passes up top to Johnny Teague. Teague takes a couple dribbles from the top of the key and he hits. Johnny Teague with his 4th point of the evening. 34-26. Huskies on top by 8. They're controlling the ball. Thompson leading a 3-on-2 break. Left side to McKay. Long jumper. It's off the rim. Rebound down low by BU. And almost stolen there by Bailey. And now stolen by Mike McKay. McKay gets it over to Bailey. It's loose on the ground now. But BU has it quickly. Now it goes out of bounds. Last touch by McKay as the ball was on the ground. And only a few players were diving for him. And both of those players were wearing red. So the Huskies not able to get on the ground, and that's how come BU comes away with the ball. And this is Brett Brown dribbling it for the Terriers. Brown crosses half court, trying to get around Hobbs, can't do so. Gets to Twyman in the corner. Twyman underneath to Johnny Teague, who starts driving, but quickly Norman Bailey picks up foul number 4. So the Huskies with their second team foul, Bailey's 4th, and quickly Vernon Giscombe takes off his warm-ups and enters the game for number 30. Sophomore, 6'5" out of West Hartford, Connecticut, Norman Bailey. BU will control the ball. 18-18 to go here in the game, and taking it out will be John Teague. Teague passes out to Brett Brown. Brown being guarded all over by Carl Hobbs. Passes the left side in the corner to Plummer. Driving baseline, pulls up, jumper short. Rebound battle around for it. Twyman comes down with it, dribbles a few times, but he was called for a travel. He took a few steps before he finally put the ball down on the ground, but the Huskies still unable to get a rebound underneath the defensive board. 18:09 to go here. 34-26. Connecticut will take the ball out and BU pressing. Thompson gets to Alex Innes. Alex Innes quickly back to Thompson, who passes on the left side to McKay. Gets over to the point guard, Carl Hobbs. 3/4 court, 1-2-1-1 press. Giscombe breaks the timeline, or breaks across half court over to Thompson. He hits. Courtney Thompson with a jumper from the foul line. 36-26. Connecticut on top by their largest margin. That's 10 points.
That's Thompson's 12th point of the evening.
And Arturo Brown passing on the right side over for John Teague. Teague in the corner for Brett Brown. Down low to Plummer. Plummer turnaround jumper from 5 off the rim, but hits the rim again. Tipped up by BU, but rebound finally coming down to the hands of McKay. So BU had a second opportunity, could not cash in, and Connecticut coming back the other way. Hobbs, right side in the corner to Thompson. Wide open from 20, off the rim. No good. Rebound, Hobbs, the smallest man on the court. Hobbs underneath has the ball stripped from him by John Teague. And BU will run it back the other way. Brett Brown dribbling down now. He gets it in the corner to Twyman. Twyman over to Arturo Brown. Brown dribbling the ball once. Gets it over to Johnny Teague. Teague slows things up a bit. Down the Plummer, down low to Twyman. Twyman underneath over for Arturo Brown. Ball loose on the ground. Twyman picks it up. He has his shot blocked, but a foul will be called on Alex Innes.
Looked clean from up here. Looked like he had all ball.
And some of the crowd also saying that he thought they had all ball, but Alex Innes called for his second foul, the team's second, and going on the line to shoot will be John J. Twyman, who has 9 points so far today. 17:01 remaining here in the second period. Connecticut 36, Boston University 26. Harold Darak along with Pete Cavaliere, our statistician Robin Tarby, and our technical director back at the station, Tony Savino. Twyman hits shot number 1. Dribbles once, dribbles twice, a few more times. And he misses the second one. Rebound by the big guy from Morris, Connecticut, Chuck Alex Innes. Huskies up by 9. They have the ball. Giscombe dribbling up the middle of the court, passing on the right side to Thompson, but he's going to get called for a charge. And I can't quite agree with that call, as Johnny Teague seems to be running with him, but Giscombe getting called for the charge. Huskies' third team foul. And Giscombe's first, so it's going to be a BU inbounds play right in front of the press row with Johnny Teague taking out. Teague gets it into Brett Brown. Brett Brown standing at 5'11", one of the smallest men on the court, definitely the smallest for Boston University. Hobbs and Giscombe also standing at 5'10". Here's a jumper by Arturo Brown. No good. Rebound Brown again as he passes top of the key to Brett Brown. And there goes a flying Hobbs, a flying Thompson. His shot goes up. No good. Rebound down low by number 24, Plummer. Plummer has his shot rejected by Thompson, but there was 3 Boston University rebounds, and the Huskies could not get in touch with that ball. And BU will have another chance to put the ball in the net. Ball goes underneath Arturo Brown, fakes up a few, takes a shot, and a foul on the play.
Foul go against Courtney Thompson.
So the Huskies having problems rebounding. Can't seem to get the ball underneath, and Bruce Kaczynski quickly checking into the contest. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. So it's 16 minutes and 31 seconds to go in period number 2. It's the Huskies of Connecticut 36, the Terriers of Boston University 27. We'll be back with more Husky action after this.
Reaching for the dream that spells tomorrow. Oh, another generation's coming on.
I see America working harder every day to educate her people to live a better way.
Wouldn't you like to feel another shoulder at the wheel? If you help me join the line, when you pull your weight, then I'll pull mine.
This is Billy Davis Jr.
And I'm Marilyn McCoo. The United Negro College Fund has helped thousands of blacks fulfill their potential in walks of life where they couldn't walk before. Your contributions help make theirs possible.
We want to give our best, please understand. We're not asking for a handout, just no one can do it alone. Give to the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
A public service of this station and the Ad Council.
So far tonight, we have yet to see 2 heralded freshmen for Boston University. Mark Fedor, supposedly a good defensive player from Bowie, Maryland, 6'10" center. And Carl Lehman, who is a legitimate power forward, recruited by such teams as University of North Carolina and Davidson. He's a freshman from Westchester, Ohio. Third foul called on Chuck Alex Innes, the 4th team foul, and going to the line to shoot 2 is number 44, Mr. Arturo Brown. It's Brown along with Plummer, Brett Brown, Johnny Teague, And just checking into the game is Johnny Ray Wall. He hits the first one. 4 points for Arturo Brown. And he hits the second one, 5 points. So 36-29, Husky lead cut to 7. Full court press by Boston University as Carl Hobbs trying to dribble through it, gets a pass to Jiscom. Jiscom back to Hobbs over the timeline. Hobbs left side looking for McKay, knocked away by BU, and they're coming back the other way. This is Brett Brown, gets a pass right side to Plummer. Plummer wide open from 15, and he hits. So Plummer cuts the Husky lead to 36-31. Huskies trying to break the tough Boston University press, and now another turnover, this time by Carl Hobbs. Hobbs dribbled the ball and lost the handle. He goes out of bounds in front of the BU bench, and quickly they'll take it out. Johnny Teague will take it. Gets it in the corner to Plummer. Plummer down low, going to Johnny Ray Wall. Nice block by Blucher. Blucher saves the ball, gets it into Hobbs. It's going to be a foot race, but Hobbs can't beat Brett Brown to the ball. So BU controls, but Blucher with a nice defensive play as he checked in during that last time out. Here's Brett Brown. Brown has the ball knocked away by Hobbs with a foul. Jimmy Sullivan checking into the game for Carl Hobbs as Hobbs is going around playing with some reckless abandon. Corny Thompson now checking the game, and Larry Blucher will take a seat. So it's going to be McKay along with Kaczynski and Thompson, along with the guards, Jimmy Sullivan and Vernon Jiscom. 36-31, Husky lead cut to 5, and BU has a chance to cut it to 3. Pass comes into Brett Brown. Brown facing a 2-3 zone defense, pass on the left side to Teague. Teague cross-court pass stolen by Mike McKay. McKay gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan to Jiscom. Jiscom with the speed, left side, slows it up. Back out to Sullivan, top of the key to Thompson. Thompson cross-court pass to Jiscom, and the Huskies going to slow things up a little bit. Here's a shot by Thompson, short. Rebound, Jiscom, jumper, and he's fouled. The ball does not go in the hoop, but Jiscom with a nice rebound, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Trying for the three-point play there. It looked like Vern came down on his knee. Had a little trouble getting up, but he's okay now. Set to shoot 2.
Foul called on Johnny Ray Wall, his third foul, the team's second. And Jiscom, who is 8 for 9 from the free throw stripe so far this season, 89%. The second best on the team, and we'll knock on wood with that one. Huskies shooting terribly this year from the free throw line. We know what they're going to be doing during their Christmas break. 15:31 to go. Sizing up the first one, and it goes in.
5 points now for the 5'11 sophomore.
Huskies are keeping Kaczynski and Mike McKay down low for rebounding purposes to battle against John Teague and Gary Plummer. Thompson all the way back, playing with Johnny Ray Wall. Second shot. Around the rim, and it won't fall. So the Huskies still being plagued with those charity stripe shots. 37-31, Huskies up by 6, and here comes BU the other way. Brett Brown dribbling up to a couple of Huskies, passing right side to Wall. Wall back out to Brown, being faced now by Sullivan, who gets it, and the pass goes back to Wall. Pass goes out and around to Arturo Brown. They're playing around the perimeter. Huskies not allowing anything underneath. This is Brett Brown, shot from the top of the circle, around the rim, no good. The rebound bounced up a few times. Finally coming down with it is Bruce Kaczynski. Kaczynski quickly gets it out to Jiscom. Jiscom left side to McKay. McKay down low to Thompson, fakes up, and he puts it up and in.
Thompson with a beautiful fake underneath.
Beautiful Husky teamwork. McKay to Thompson, and it's 39-31. The Huskies are pressing. 2-on-1 break. Johnny Ray Wall, right side. Quickly, the Husky defense retreats back. This is Teague, top of the key. Shot no good. Rebound down low, Thompson. Thompson gets it out to Jiscom. Jiscom dribbling up. Pass right side to Sullivan. Sullivan slows it up. Now looking around, gets it out to Jiscom. Top of the circle. Jumper around, and he goes.
7 points for Vern Jiscom as he hits from 15. Timeout, Boston University.
Listen to that crowd. 14 minutes, 29 seconds to go. The Huskies lead back up to 10. It's 41-31. We'll be back after this. 14 minutes and 29 seconds to go. The Huskies on top by 10. And going over the scoring very quickly, BU's led by Jay Twyman, who had 9 first-half points, but only 1 here in the second. 6 points for Brett Brown, 6 for Gary Plummer, 5 for Arturo Brown, and 4 for Johnny Teague. Huskies are led by Cornelius Thompson. He has 14. 8 points for Carl Hobbs, 7 for Vernon Jiscom, 4 each for Mike McKay and Chuck Alexinus, and 2 for Bruce Kaczynski. 41-31, the Huskies upping that lead to 10 points. It was cut all the way down to 5 points.
Harold, the timeouts tonight have been a little longer because this game is being carried on TV, but now they're set to go. 14:29 remaining. Huskies up by 10, 41-31.
BU still in their huddle. We're waiting for them to come out. Huskies on the court. 10-point lead, and momentum was going their way, but a very smart timeout call by head coach Rick Pitino, who graduated from Massachusetts in 1974. Trying to break the Huskies' momentum. They're going to go with a three-quarters court press, probably dropping back to the half-court trap. This is Johnny Teague passing it back and forth with Johnny Ray Wall. Almost stolen by Giscombe, and now stolen by Cornelius Thompson. That play was set up by Giscombe. 2-on-1. Giscombe to Sullivan. Layup, and it should be goaltending, and it is. Goaltending as Jimmy Sullivan gets credit for 2 points.
Sully put that up off the board, and it was trapped.
Beautiful play by Cornelius Thompson and Vernon Giscombe as they combine for that steal. And BU controlling the ball. This is Plummer. Huskies again with that half-court trap. Wall to Plummer again. Plummer over to midcourt stripe over to Arturo Brown. Right side to Wall. Wall back on top to Brown. Left side to Twyman. Twyman holding the ball high above his head. Gets it back to Johnny Ray Wall, who's playing the top spot as finally Brett Brown was given a breather for the first time this game. Pass goes on the left side to Arturo Brown. Top of the key back to Johnny Ray Wall. Back left side to Brown again. Passing going back and forth. Clock running down to 13:45. Husky defense not allowing anything in. Finally, pass goes into Teague. A shot goes up, and we have a whistle and a foul. Now let's see who that foul is going to go against. 20, make that 12, Vernon Giscombe. Giscombe with his second foul, the team sixth. Huskies with 16 fouls, BU with 2. And quickly, Brett Brown re-enters the game. And taking a seat on the bench will be Johnny Ray Wall. 2-shot foul for Johnny Teague, and he hits his first. 5 points for Teague on the evening. And he misses his second, so the Huskies still up by 11 points. And they have control of the ball. Jimmy Sullivan dribbling on the right sideline. He now gets fouled from the behind by John Teague, who went on his back. 13 foul for BU, so the Huskies will just inbounds it right in front of the press row. Huskies' largest lead of the night was 12 points, which came just a few minutes ago before John Teague hit the first half of the 1-and-1. Huskies going against the half-court trap. Sullivan brings it across the midcourt stripe. Gets it back to Giscombe. Giscombe left side into the corner to Kaczynski. Now they're going to fall back to the man-to-man. Sullivan right side to McKay. McKay from 15. Bang! Mike McKay, 6 points. He's 2 points shy from being number 9 on the all-time list. Huskies up by 13, a whistle and a foul.
Foul's going against Vernon Giscombe.
As Giscombe was trying to steal the ball, got a little bit over anxious. The Huskies are now over the limit. So from now on, it will be the bonus situation for the Terriers.
That's Giscombe's third on the evening.
And going to the line to shoot will be Brett Brown. Brett Brown, unlike Brett Butler. Oh, boy. 11 for 11 from the free throw stripe this season. 45-32. Huskies on top by 13. Brown hits. MVP of this Boston University team last season. He was not starting in the beginning of the year, but came on strong. And he misses for the first time this year. Rebound down low, Arturo Brown. Ball now loose on the ground. Twyman comes up with it. And BU comes up with another rebound in their own end of the court. This is Arturo Brown. Right corner, top of the key to Brett Brown. Left side to Twyman. Twyman fakes up in the middle over to Johnny Teague. Teague in the corner to Brett Brown. And they're throwing the ball around, but they're not going for the basket at all. This is Arturo Brown, top of the circle. 45-33, 12-point Husky lead. 12:53 to go. Arturo Brown, cross-court pass to Twyman. Jumper from 20, off the rim, no good. Rebound again, Twyman. He throws up a short hook, and he goes in. Another rebound for BU as the Huskies can't seem to win the battle of the boards. Twyman with his 12-point Huskies ball. Here's McCann, a breakaway, layup and in.
Michael McKay, 8
Long
points.
ball pass, goes down to Teague. Teague being confronted by Thompson. Thompson with a steal. Thompson gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan cross-court to Kaczynski. Kaczynski with a 2-on-5 break. Slows it up, gets to Sullivan, and the Huskies control the ball. Mike McKay on that 8th point is now number 9 on the all-time scoring list. Passing out Ben Yakubakis. And now here's a steal on the play. Boston University coming back with the ball. This is number 24, Plummer. Plummer has the ball knocked away by Sullivan and stolen by the senior. Sullivan steals the ball. 11:56 to go, and the Huskies are trying to break away. They have a 12-point lead. This is number 12, Vern Giscombe. Top of the key to Sullivan. Right side and corner to Kaczynski. Long jumper off the rim. Rebound down low. Goes to John Teague. Teague down court to Brett Brown, but he goes out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul first. Foul on Jimmy Sullivan. And he quite can't believe it. But nonetheless, it's going to be a bonus situation for Brett Brown, who missed his first free throw of the year just a little while ago. 11:41 to go. Connecticut 47, Boston University 35. Harold Darak, along with Pete Cavaliere, statistician Robin Tarby, and technical director Tony Savino, and Brown hits his first. Now, wait a minute, he's over the line. He's over the line. It doesn't count. So, Brown can't believe it. Maybe he's not over the line. One of the players over the line. A foul shot does not count. Huskies inbound the ball. 11:40 to go. Sullivan has it. Sullivan gets on the right side of Giscombe. Half-court trap for BU. They got to get it across the timeline. This is McKay. Passes across to Thompson. Thompson puts the ball to the floor. Gets it on the right side of Giscombe. Giscombe now starting up things for the offense. 11 and a half minutes to go. Pass on the right side to McKay. Top of the key to Giscombe. Left side to Thompson. Long jumper, and he hits. 16. Excuse me there, Pete. 16 points for Corny Thompson. Steal by Kaczynski to McKay. It's good! McKay lays it up and in on a steal by Kaczynski. Huskies on top. Listen to this Husky crowd. Timeout on the court with 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Kaczynski to McKay for a layup. It's Connecticut 51, BU 35. We'll be back with more Connecticut basketball right after this.
The news is filled with stories of killings these days, but there's one killing that few people know about. Every year, the U.S. government spends your tax money to slaughter tens of thousands of seals in the Alaska Pribilof Islands. These seals are killed to make luxury fur coats. This is a tremendous misuse of your tax dollars and the world's marine resources. Find out what you can do to stop this senseless killing. Write Center for Environmental Education, Box 19608, Washington, D.C. 20006.
I believe there was a foul called on that play against Johnny Ray Wall, and if it is, it's foul number 4, and McKay will go to the line to try to give the Huskies a 17-point lead. Just a little while ago, it was 5 points. The Huskies pulled away slowly but surely, and now their press is working very nicely. 51-35, the Huskies with a 16-point lead. Let's see what the referees are going to call on that one. The crowd is getting psyched up. This is the loudest crowd so far this year. Compared to New Hampshire, really anything had to be loud, though. We're waiting to see exactly what the referees called on that Mike McKay layup. He's going to the foul line, so yes it is. Foul number 4 on Johnny Ray Wall, the 4th team foul for Boston University. McKay will go to shoot one and try to convert the three-point play. McKay on the season, 91% from that free throw line. And he hits, and he's the only one who has been hitting. 52-35 for Mike McKay, his 11th point of the night, and he only had 2 in intermission. BU trying to break the Husky press. Here's Brett Brown passing back over to Johnny Teague. Teague gets across half court by passing to Ray Wall, and Wall controlling the ball. Pass goes on the right side to Timon. Timon top of the key to Brett Brown. Brett Brown dribbling the ball. Right side over to Timon. Down low to number 42, Teague, but it goes over his head. And Huskies get the ball on the turnover. Thompson gets it into Kaczynski. Back to Thompson. Over to Sullivan. Huskies trying to break a BU three-quarter court press. Here's Giscombe trying to dribble through it. Passes to Sullivan. Over the timeline to McKay. 3-on-2 to Thompson. Bang!
Corny Thompson now with 18 points, a 6'8 senior.
Beautiful play. The teamwork from McKay to Thompson. Huskies up by 19, their biggest of the night. And Brett Brown controlling for BU. Pass on the left side to Wall. Wall back out to Brown. Brown in the corner to Wall one more time. Huskies win a 2-3 zone. Ball goes to the baseline to Teague. Teague up, no good. Rebound Brown, and he puts it up and in. So the Huskies' failure to get that rebound results in another 2 points for BU. They cut the lead to 17. Connecticut 54, BU 37. McKay 2-on-1 over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski had to slow down. McKay threw the ball a little bit too high, so the Huskies bring the ball out. And they'll try to set up a play. 10:02 to go in the contest. Thompson with the ball on the left side in the corner to McKay. McKay looking for Kaczynski. Chuck Alexinis has been on the bench throughout most of his second half as Huskies going with their quicker lineup. McKay in the corner, dribbles the ball a few times, top of the key to Giscombe, over to Sullivan. They're playing around the perimeter as Boston University is going to have to come out of that zone. They're in a 2-3 zone, but they're down by 17. And Sullivan holding the ball, passing it back to Giscombe. Now they're going to start matching up man to man, and Giscombe looking to pass the ball around. Thompson has the ball, dribbles it towards the middle, gets it over to Giscombe again, and now they're going to go man to man. Here's McKay in the left corner, long bomb, off the rim, rebound to Thompson, jumper, off the rim, no good, rebound, Wall. So the Huskies got a couple offensive rebounds, but BU coming back the other way. Twyman with the ball to Brett Brown. Brown back to Twyman in the corner, down low to Teague. Teague out to Brown again, over to Twyman. Twyman in the corner, being confronted by Courtney Thompson. Top to Brett Brown one more time. Huskies in that 2-3, forcing BU to shoot from the perimeter. Ball goes out to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall dribbling from the top of the perimeter. Left side to Arturo Brown. Back out to Wall. Right side to Brett Brown. Brett Brown top of the circle to Jay Twyman looking to shoot. Gets instead to Wall, and BU wasting some time. 8:42 to go. Here's Arturo Brown down low over to Teague. Teague makes the move, throws a shot up, but a foul is going to be called as it doesn't go.
Foul be on Bruce Kaczynski. Once again, it looked clean.
Huskies with a couple substitutions. Bailey and Hobbs in for Sullivan and Giscombe, but we have a timeout on the court.
So, with 8:39 remaining in the game, the score is UConn 54, Boston University 37. We'll be back after this timeout.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Teeth are meant to last a lifetime. Hello, I'm Robert Merrill, and I want to tell you that just because you may be getting older, you don't have to lose your teeth. Be alert to the condition of your teeth and spot problems before they get serious. You can prevent the loss of your teeth by taking good care of them. And remember, you're as old as you feel, and healthy teeth is one way to keep yourself feeling young. For a free brochure, write Consumer, the American Dental Association, Chicago, 60611.
After this contest, our technical director, Tony Savino, will be playing some music for you to 11. So stay tuned for that. That man's one heck of a DJ on the Sound Alternative. 8:39 to go here in the contest. Connecticut up by 17 points, 54-37. But Boston University will have John Teague to the foul line to try to shoot two shots as the foul is called on Kaczynski, his second. The team has been over the limit for the past 4 or 5 minutes. Boston University with only 4 team fouls. Harold Darak along with Pete Cavaliere. Stay tuned tomorrow afternoon. 5:20 on the Sound Alternative. Connecticut Huskies will be playing for the national championships in soccer. Yes, sirree. Huskies versus the tough Bulldogs from Alabama A&M, which the Huskies drew 0-0 on their home court or home field, Gardner Dow. But all the chips will be on the line tomorrow afternoon. Mark Boudreau from Palo Alto, airtime 5:20. Connecticut for the championship for the first time since 1948. Here's Johnny Teague. First shot connects. Teague on the night has 6 points. On the season, he's averaging a little over 10. His second shot goes around the rim. No good. Rebound Alex Sinnis, but he was fouled underneath. So the Huskies come in with some big brawn, some big muscle, as it's Alex Sinnis in there along with Bruce Kaczynski. Cornelius Thompson takes a seat on the bench. Mike McKay's in there along with Norman Bailey and Carl Hobbs. So a bit of quickness, a bit of muscle. For Boston University, they're going to have the two Browns in there along with number 42, John Teague. Gene Jones, who checked in the game for the first time, a very quick senior guard who hails from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And the last player, we did not mention Johnny Ray Wall. Huskies quickly break the half-court trap. Carl Hobbs loses the ball out of bounds, though. A nice defensive play by Brett Brown. Connecticut 54, BU with 38, and Boston will control the ball, taking it out in front of the Huskies bench. Brett Brown dribbles across the half-court line, less than 8:20 to go. He's confronted by two Huskies, Carl Hobbs and Norman Bailey on the 2-3 zone. Brown now has the ball on the right side, getting a pass back from Arturo Brown. Brown back out to Gene Jones. Jones right side to Brett Brown. Down low over to John Teague. Teague makes his move. Tries to go around Alex Sinnis. But Alex Sinnis makes a nice defensive play. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. And the Huskies will come up with the ball as Boston University with that full court press. Kaczynski gets it out to Bailey. Bailey having some problems dribbling. The only dribbling guard in there right now is Hobbs, and he's around midcourt. Now he gets the ball. 3-on-2 break. Left side to McKay. McKay puts the ball on the ground. slows things up quite a bit. Gets it over to Hobbs. McKay not dribbling too bad this year. A lot better in the past when he used to be way out of control. BU now going man-to-man is Carl Haas being played very tightly by Brett Brown. Ball goes to Kaczynski, left side to Norman Bailey. Huskies content with taking their time, 7.5 minutes to go. Alex Innes at the top of the foul line, drives, throws up a shot, but is fouled in the act.
Foul will be against John Teague.
So if it is John Teague's foul, it's Arturo Brown's foul, his fourth. 6 for the team, one more and they'll be over the limit, but Alex Innes will go to the line to shoot 2. A nice play by the big guy who tried to drive, really had no chance of putting that ball in the hoop because his arms were tied up, but he did make that motion. And Chuck, who is 80% from the line, we'll see what he can do. Substitution, Jay Twyman checks in the game. Johnny Ray Wall checks out. Alex Innes misses his first, so the Huskies, let me tell you, they have been missing like crazy from that free throw line in games which they have won with ease last year due to the free throw line. Have caused them trouble this year. Chuck hits his second one. 5 points on the night. It was a low-scoring night for the man from Morris, Connecticut, BU ball. Gene Jones in the corner. Top of the key to Brett Brown. Brown right side back to Jones. Jones had a notion to shoot. Back out to Brown. The ball goes out and around to Jones again, and he has it in the right corner. Jones now throws up a jumper off the rim. No good. Rebound far sideline by Jay Twyman. BU with another offensive rebound. Twyman gets a long jumper and he hits. 14 points for Jay Twyman, 55-40. Huskies with a 15-point lead. Carl Hobbs with the ball. Hobbs going one-on-one with Twyman, getting past that midcourt line. Now slowing things up. Clock running down to 6:55. Hobbs right side over to Norman Bailey. Bailey looking down low, looking to Alex Innes up high. Now dribbles the ball a few times, guarded very tightly by Gene Jones. Pass goes top of the key to Carl Hobbs, who's being guarded by Brett Brown. Pass left side to Mike McKay. McKay lobs it into Kaczynski. Kaczynski right side to Bailey, who drives the lane. Jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound, number 42, John Teague. Teague throws it all the way down to Gene Jones. It's a 2-on-2 break. Jones has to slow up. The pass is over his head. Brett Brown now with it right side to Twyman. Back out to Brown again. Back to number 31, Jay Twyman. Cross-court pass to Jones. His jumper is an air ball. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by McKay. So the Huskies can't control the ball even when they have it in their hands. And quickly a substitution for Connecticut.
Courtney Thompson checking in for Bruce Kaczynski with 6:17 remaining in the game. Huskies now up by 15.
Alex Innes, McKay, and Thompson along with Hobbs and Bailey. A steal by Bailey off of Gene Jones. It's a one-on-one break. Bailey trying to make some moves now, slowing it up. So the Huskies are going to take the ball out and see what they can do with it. BU is playing man-to-man. Bailey was one-on-one. I'm surprised he didn't go to the hoop. Here's Thompson from Hobbs on the baseline. Gets it into Alex Innes. His jumper's up, and a whistle and a foul as the ball does not go in the hoop. But a good play by Thompson, who was ready to shoot, but saw Alex Innes breaking out of the corner of his eye. 17 foul for Boston University. So we're going to see from now on for either team, both teams going to the line from now on. Alex Innes now going for 2 shots as the foul was called on Jay Twyman.
And John Ray Hall just checked in for the Terriers.
As number 40, Gene Jones checks out. Alex Innes hits number 1, his 6th point of the night. 56-40. Huskies up by 16, 5:59 to go. Alex Innes hits number 2, and BU has control of the ball. Johnny Ray Jones passing it on the right side to Brett Brown as they come across the midcourt line. Huskies falling back to the 2-3 zone as they're going to watch BU pass the ball around the perimeter and hopefully keep them away from the middle of the basket. Now down low, it looks like to be number 42, Johnny Teague, but he is tripped up on the play, or make that he just dribbles the ball out of bounds. And the Huskies take the ball out on the turnover. 5:40 to go. Huskies up by 17. They have the ball, but they're going to have some problems getting it over the timeline. Quickly, Mike McKay does so as BU is pressing all the way. McKay cross-court pass to Bailey. 3-on-2 break. Right side to Alex Innes. Wide open from 15. Around the rim. Bang!
Alex Innes, nice touch. He now has 9 points.
9 points for the Morris Mountain. 5:20 to go. Huskies up by 19. Their biggest lead of the night. Here's number 44, Arturo Brown. Gets it back to Brett Brown. Left side over to Ray Wall. Pass goes out and around the perimeter to Jay Twyman. In underneath to Johnny Teague. Teague makes his move around 2 Huskies, but throws it right to the hands of Carl Hobbs. But we're going to have a foul called on the play. Cornelius Thompson looks like he's going to be assessed with that foul, and he is. Number 3 for him. Now, let me tell you, for a big guy, Johnny Teague can dribble underneath that board as he's really taking apart the Husky attack down low by just dribbling around, faking up, getting those Husky players up, trying to block his shots. And he made a nice move. Unfortunately, he had no one to pass it to, but he got the foul called against Corny Thompson. And he hits the first out of 2. On the evening, Teague has 7 points. No, let me correct myself. That's not Teague at all. That's Arturo Brown. And he hits his first, and he hits his second. So 9 points for Brown. I mistakenly said Teague. I thought he was underneath getting that foul. Now we're going to have Gary Plummer checking in for Brown. Husky lead cut to 17, 5:06 to go. Still that full court press, and Thompson takes the ball out. Last couple of years, the Huskies have won this contest by identical 72-65 scores. Here's Norman Bailey controlling the ball, and the Huskies look like they're going to take this game by a little more than in past seasons if they continue this game the way it has been going. This is Carl Hobbs, top of the key to Mike McKay. He's going to take that jumper, and he hits, and a foul.
Yes, and it counts.
As Marv Albert would say, yes, and it counts. 61-42. McKay scores point number 13, and he'll be on the line. Jay Twyman comes up with his third foul. 4:47 to go. Immediately following this game, Tony Savino and music up until 11. I'd like to thank the Stallion for sitting in tonight. Next basketball broadcast is versus Fairfield on Tuesday. And McKay misses to convert that three-point play. Quickly rebound pulled down by Teague. Passes out to Brown. Brown going to slow things up just a little bit. Twyman on the right side. Back out to Brown. Brown trying to go underneath. Gets it into Teague. Knocked away by one Husky. But it goes right to the hands of Twyman. Twyman passes back to Teague. Teague down low to Johnny Ray Wall. But a foul from the behind by Thompson. Good call by the referees as Thompson was looking for the steal. And that should be foul number 4 on the big guy. Cornelius Thompson playing incredibly well for coming off an ankle injury. 18 points so far tonight. Good rebounding and good defense. Fortunately, he has 4 fouls. Johnny Ray Wall is scoreless so far tonight. And he's been playing most of the game. But he hits his first free throw. 61-43. Huskies on top by 18 points. 4:32 to go. He dribbles the ball a few times. Throws it up. And it falls. 2 points for Johnny Ray Wall, the 6'2 senior. Huskies take the ball. Beautiful plays. They pass it along the sidelines. But now we're going to have a violation. They're going to say probably a 5-second violation as Thompson was having some problems getting the ball out of bounds. And what they did was they had Carl Hobbs come over to the out-of-bounds line, collect the pass, and try to throw it in. But I guess they wasted a little bit too much time, and BU will take the ball on the inbounds. Here's Brett Brown controlling it. Top of the key to Johnny Ray Wall. Huskies with that 2-3 as BU passing around the perimeter. Now Twyman wide open from the left side, and he connects. 16 points for Jay Twyman. We have a whistle as the ball was not picked up by any Husky. The clock stopped at 4:20. 61-46 to go. Corny Thompson bounces into Mike McKay. The Huskies have also tried that inbounds play versus Georgetown when they had some problems versus getting the ball in versus the Hoyas last year. Here's Norman Bailey. Gets it over to Thompson, who passes to Hobbs. Man-to-man defense for BU. Huskies are content with slowing the game up. They're on top by a lot. Your ball goes down low from Bailey to Thompson, and he puts it in. Thompson hits point number 20. Give the assist to Norman Bailey. 63-46. BU back on the other side. This is Twyman. Top of the key to Brown. Brown looking to shoot. Back to Twyman. Down low. Over to Plummer. Plummer crosses out to the top of the key to number 11, Brett Brown, who finally gets it back into Plummer. Ball goes in the basket. But a timeout for Boston University. So the 8th point for Gary Plummer. And the game is now 63-48 Connecticut. And there's a timeout on the court. So with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go, and the Huskies up by a comfortable 15-point lead. We'll be back with more Husky action right after this.
We'll take time out from the UConn basketball game to bring you a message about a show you won't want to miss. At 8 p.m. on Monday, December 7th, WHUS will present a special program called Vietnam Veterans Agent Orange and Connecticut, a challenge for the 80s. Guests will be Jimmy Sparrow and Roger Pappas of Agent Orange Victims International. This program is part of a continuing series on WHUS exploring the Vietnam War from the veterans' perspective. Production is made possible in part by a grant from the Connecticut Humanities Council. If you are a veteran or know someone who is, please let others know about this program. If you want to learn more about the present reality for Vietnam veterans, be sure to tune in. That's Vietnam Veterans, Agent Orange and Connecticut, this Monday, December 7th at 8 p.m. on WHUS.
The Connecticut Husky cheerleaders without one familiar face. A shaggy face at that. The UConn Husky mascot taking a trip out to Palo Alto, California. But I bet his spirit is here also, as the crowd is a capacity crowd. 63-48, Huskies on top by 15 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game. Connecticut's going to take the ball inbounds underneath the BU basket. It's Thompson, Alexinus, and Bailey, along with Hobbs and McKay. And Hobbs, the only dribbling guard really in there, has the ball on the right side. BU going with their quickest alignment. Johnny Ray Wall along with Brett Brown. Quickly, the Huskies come across half court. Is Courtney Thompson doing some nice dribbling. Gets it across the midcourt stripe. Down low to Bailey. Bailey looking to pass underneath. Gets it out to Thompson. The Huskies are going to take some time. It's Brown along with Arturo Brown, Jay Twyman, Johnny Ray Wall, and number 42, Johnny Teague. Huskies with the ball. They're in their own end of the court. They're in the forecourt. This is Norman Bailey dribbling through his legs, dribbling it around. Gets it over to Hobbs. Could have been stolen by Brett Brown. He wasn't awake, though. Down to McKay, down low to Thompson. He takes it to the hoop and scores, and he's fouled.
22 points for the big man with a supposed ankle injury, and he'll go to the line to shoot another.
Thompson with a gorgeous move down low. Took Arturo Brown with him, put the ball off the board for two, and will go for the three-point play as Arturo Brown fouls out with 9 points with 3:05 to go in the game. 65-48, Huskies on top by 17, and Cornelius looking to up it by 18 points. Huskies have pretty much cakewalked all their games so far this season. They've beaten Maine 68-53, that's by 15 points, and New Hampshire 87-68, which was 19 points. And this game, even though the Huskies had a little problem in the beginning of the second half, they've really had most of the control throughout. Whenever BU's gone to their quicker alignment, so have the Huskies. And whenever the BU team's gone to their taller alignment, so have the Huskies. Courtney Thompson connects, 23 points. They're on top by 18, and they're still pressing. They're going to go in a half-court trap as Johnny Ray Wall is trying to dribble the ball past Norman Bailey. Wall with a dribbling with his left hand finally goes across half-court, gets it in the middle to Plummer. Plummer right side over to Brett Brown in the corner to Twyman, but Thompson with quick hands knocks it out of bounds. 2:51 to go. And after this game, BU will drop to a 3-1 record. Huskies up to 3-0, and they'll play Fairfield, who lost to Virginia by quite a bit earlier this season. Brett Brown with the ball right side to Johnny Ray Wall. Wall dribbling it around a few times. Top of the key to Jay Twyman. Twyman from the top of the circle or off the rim. No good. Rebound battle for underneath. It's going to come to the hands of Bailey. A 3-on-1 break. Bailey left side over to McKay. McKay lays it up and in. And he is called for a charge. 15 points for Mike McKay. But he's going to get called for the charge. And BU will probably come by and shoot the other way. After this, BU has the opportunity of playing Drexel University at home on the 8th. And then they get to go all the way out to University of California at Los Angeles to play UCLA, who completely demolished Notre Dame 75-49. Now, how would you like to play UCLA after they demolished Notre Dame 75-49? Well, BU has to do it. And if it's a close game, it might not be surprising. UCLA might play down to their opponents. You never know. Even though BU's not a bad team. Shot is missed by Brett Brown. And there's a tangle up underneath. A whistle and a foul called, I believe, on BU's Jay Twyman. Yes, that's what it's going to be. So it's going to be Mike McKay going to the line now. Twyman comes up with his fourth foul. Not meaning to say BU is a bad team, but compared to nationally ranked UCLA, I really don't think they have a chance. That's just a personal opinion. 2:31 to go, 68-48. Huskies on top by a comfortable 20. Twyman with his fourth foul. McKay on the line. He just missed his last foul shot. Alex Innes and Bailey down low, rebounding. And McKay hits, giving the Huskies their largest lead of the night at 21. And McKay, who started off slow, only 2 points in the first half, has now 14 second half points, 16 on the game. 2-3 dribbles by the senior from Bridgeport, and he misses the second one. Rebound, Alex Innes down low, and another foul, this time by Plummer, so Alex Innes will go to the line, and we're going to have a substitute into the game.
Mike Vaughn in for Mike McKay.
And listen to the crowd for Mike McKay.
McKay, a beautiful performance, had 16 points, 14 in the second half, and they give him a good hand here with 2.5 minutes remaining.
And McKay all the way up to number 9 on the all-time career scoring list. And he's just 4 points away from Bob Stack in number 8. He needed 20 points tonight. He came away with 16, so 4 points away from number 8. And then he's going to head for Joey Welton. He's moving up there. Courtney Thompson, number 3 on the all-time list, behind Tony Hansen and Wes Balasuknia. And here goes Chuck Alexander trying to add some points to his scoreboard, and he hits the first one. 10 as he hits double digits. Mike Vaughn, the freshman, playing for the first time tonight. He played pretty well versus New Hampshire the other day. Alex Innes connects on the second one, so the Huskies up there, comfortable lead to 20 at 3 points, 71-48. And BU coming back on the offense. Brett Brown passing on the right side over to Twyman. It's knocked out of bounds. Vaughn with the defense off the leg of Twyman. And the Huskies will get the ball on another substitute.
Nice effort by Vaughn.
Norman Bailey checking out. Brian Buckaloo checking in. And the Huskies will get the ball. 2:24 to go with the 23-point lead. Hobbs gets it into Thompson. Thompson, a nice spin move around Teague. And he dribbles across half court as the Huskies will take up the offensive part of the game. Man-to-man defense by Brown University. Haas passes left side to Vaughn, but we have a whistle away from the ball. Could be a 3-second violation. I didn't see what it was. Referee not calling it too long. There's 3 of them, and none of them really signaled for very long. I'm going to call it a 3-second violation. 71-48. BU back the other way. This is Twyman with it. Dribbles it around, gets it over to Gene Jones, who's just checking the game. Jones left side to Brett Brown. Brown trying to go around Brian Buckaloo. Cannot do so. Gets it into the corner to Johnny Teague. Teague trying to drive baseline. Instead passes out to Gene Jones. Jones left right side to Twyman. Twyman down low to Teague. Teague drives up and in. 8 points for Teague. A whistle on the play. As they're going to stop the clock at 1:46. And the Huskies are going to take the ball out of bounds. Here's Thompson taking out to Hobbs. I don't know why they whistled that play dead.